So let's get to this Van Jones story, okay? Van Jones was finally confronted to his face. And again, not in a violent way. These are words. Words. And it is because of what Van Jones said here. Remember when Van Jones was on Bill Maher's show and he made the comment about the dead babies in Gaza? Just a reminder in case you forgot.
But isn't part of that because we had to fold everything into critical race theory, and somehow the Middle East became part of,
I see it differently. And I love this conversation because I think people, those of us who went to college, give a lot more credit to college courses for how the world works than I do. This is not about critical race theory on college campuses. This is about Iran. Iran and Qatar have come up with a disinformation campaign that they are running through TikTok and Instagram that is massive. If you are a young person, you open up your phone and all you see is dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby, right. Diddy, dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby. Like, that's basically your whole feed. So that's not DEI. That is a geopolitical adversary that is deliberately trying to divide the West against itself.
Yeah, so Van Jones is a puppet for Israel. We've exposed him multiple times on this show. So he is doing the bidding of Zionism. Somebody gave Dan a check. Because you can't sit up here all these years and call out apartheid South Africa. And you were an activist and all of a sudden you pretend to not know the history of Gaza and the West Bank. Oh my God, I just don't seem to know no more. Van seems to be one that's willing to do anything for a check. So Van got paid. And because Van got paid, Van has been confronted. And this is the ultimate. I got to tell you, this was shared by the Climate Defiance. And they said Van Jones is a joke. So let's take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
Gazans are starving! Gazans are starving! Shut the fuck up! Gazans are starving! Gazans are starving because of people like Van Jones!
That's a lot of people.
I would like to provide a toast to Van Jones, a man who started out as a racial justice advocate and is now a stooge for corporate media and a shill for the Israeli government, making fun of dead Gazan babies.
If you are a young person, you open up your phone and all you see is dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby, right. Diddy, dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby.
Absolutely pathetic to platform a genocide denier.
We gotta go back to that guy and drop the beat for him, because the way he did that, so I don't know, he was kind of smooth with it, the way he did that so smoothly. It's just, you gotta give him an applause for that one. So here's Van Jones, and notice, look around the room. I want you guys to point to something. Tell me if you see any black people. Watch this.
That's a lot of people.
I don't see any black people. But these are probably people with money. That's all Van Jones care about. You see who he catering to. So this guy's 100% right with his point.
I would like to provide a toast to Van Jones, a man who started out as a racial justice advocate and is now a stooge for corporate media and a shill for the Israeli government.
Yeah, we're going to drop the beat for him, guys. Let's drop the beat. Drop the beat. Dance with me. Drop the beat. In the street. Woo! I'm sorry. That guy is 100% right what he said there about Van Jones. Let's continue.
Making fun of dead Gazan babies.
If you are a young person, you open up your phone and all you see is dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby, right. Diddy, dead Gaza baby, dead Gaza baby.
Absolutely pathetic to platform a genocide denier.
I'm here on behalf of the dead sons of babies. Shame on you, Van Jones, and Michael Bennett for funding the genocide.
Do you see this? See the arrogance of Van Jones? See how he's just waving to them and smiling? A paid puppet. What a disgrace. What a disgrace this man has become to the Black activist community, which he used to be a part of before they gave him a suit and told him to shave the dreads off his head, unless those were fake. Maybe it was all an act to begin with, but what a disgrace Van Jones has become. He has the audacity to sit up there and smile and wave. A paid puppet.
I moved to Colorado when I was 10 months old.
Is this the Jewish values that
God bless them. But I got stuff I want to talk about.
You can't feed children! You can't feed children!
Get out!
I got a chance to spend a great deal of time in the Holy Land. I got a chance to spend time in God's land.
Heard what he said. So he said he spent a great deal of time in the Holy Land. That's where he spends his days now. That's where he spends his time. That's what he's paid to do. When's the last time you saw Van Jones? And I said this before. Be aware of some of these people who are like Black activists. They were like considered Black radical activists and they got a suit and decided to go make more money. When's the last time you saw Van Jones in the Black community actually doing activism? I don't mean like on CNN and saying, oh, I'm trying to raise money for this organization of mine. I mean like actually in the community out on the streets doing the activism. I'll wait. Let's finish it up here.
Thank you, JSF, for feeding our community. Fuck you, Van Jones, for selling out. How much have you been paid? Just stand on the wrong side of history. You will be judged harshly.
There's no filming here.
You talk about food security. Gazans are starving. Gazans are starving. Shut the fuck up. Gazans are starving.
Look at this. You see how they're treating this guy? Does this guy have a gun? No. Is this guy hitting anybody? No. He was speaking. And they're mad because he said Gazans are starving. You see how they treat people?
Gazans are starving. Gazans are starving. You're on camera.
He's trying to choke this guy.
Shut the fuck up. Gazans are starving. Gazans are starving. Gazans are starving. Gazans are starving because of people like Van Jones. Thank you for
Take it down.
Be quiet.
It's time to go. It's time to go.
We're going. Relax.
It's time to go.
We're going. Now keep on the curb. Cross your legs.
But everybody should have just as much rage as that guy. And Van Jones just sits there and just smiles and waves. So when we talk about new bosses, we need to ask, who is Van Jones' new boss? Seems like he just kind of goes with the wind. 1 minute he's congratulating Donald Trump. The next minute he's congratulating, the Democrats. And all in all, he'll make these comments on CNN talking about social justice and social, rights and civil rights and all this types of stuff. But he is supporting what Israel does. So who's his boss? Who's the new boss? Think about that. Hey guys, this was a Sabby clip. If you like what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe.